Just so I have it in this. All the characters in this are 18 plus. God damn it. Even though it is clearly not the case. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience during playing this game. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode. I am the Off-Brand Ginger, and I'm playing Doki Doki Literature Club. And yes, Doki Doki Literature Club. I've never played this game before. I have no idea what... It gave me a bunch of content warnings beforehand, and I looked into it to make sure that it's not a hentai game. And it's not a hentai game, so I'm quite happy with that fact. However, I did find out that, well, the things that happen in this game are just a little bit brutal. So if you know about this game, or you don't know about this game, 18 plus usually, or this game is suitable for individuals that are 18 plus, and it does contain, I think, suicide or something like that, bodily harms that happen in this. So viewer discretion. This is your viewer discretion right now. We're gonna go ahead and start a new game. I don't know why it'd be load game because I haven't played anything. Please enter your name. Ginger. Yay, Ginger. Yes, it's really nice. I do like the opening. Yeah. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long, right? Maybe, I don't know. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk unless they already catch up to me. I overslept again, but I got you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say it like you're thinking about ignoring me. The fucking finger thing. God damn it, I hate this already. Okay. You had to say it like you were thinking about ignoring me? It's mean, Ginger. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Jesus. Oh. I hate this. We cross the street together and make our way to the school. As we draw near the streets, we become increasingly speckled with the other students making their daily commutes. By the way, Ginger, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? Really, a club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. You know, this guy... exactly like me. I'm not interested in joining any clubs, except I probably would have been a little bit nicer to the girl, even if she was running. Yes, professional simp. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm not sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, and when I'm perfectly content just by getting by on average while spending my free time on games and anime. I don't do anime, but I do games. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? You're saying this like you had a crush on me. I'm a little concerned. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. School day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. Shut up, Siri. Fuck. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Know what? Well, that you can come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Listen, the fact that this guy isn't dating her is fucking well beyond me. Blue eyes, I mean, red hair, perfect. She's soulless, just like me. Sayori is a vice president of the literature club. Not even that I was aware that she had any interest of literature. I mean, seriously, literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please? Why do you even care so much anyways? Well, kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep, Sayori. Jesus. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned it out all this while. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you don't call me a new member! Yeah? I glance around the room. Girl 1. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Ginger, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. I feel like they're all gonna murder me. Okay. I want to ask, which one out of these three are gonna kill me? I feel like Maybe the center one? Well, no. She went straight to sexism, so I don't think she's gonna actually kill me. I definitely feel like the girl in with brown hair. She's definitely gonna kill me. She's got a lot of plot on her. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? You want to say something? Say it. Sorry. Natsuki. She's definitely oh no, she's definitely like the one that looks the youngest, probably the oldest, and then she's probably the like most abusive. Oh god, I already know. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also one of the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You could just ignore her. She gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear. Fuck off, Siri. God damn it. I need to turn off my phone. Fuck this. Says quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki. Always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Who's Yuri? Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a more hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right! It's nice to see you again, Ginger. Monika smiles sweetly. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. We know each other well. We really talk, but we were in the same class last year. Oh, not well as in well. We know each other well. We know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come sit down, Ginger. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. Look at the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little too excited. God damn it. Then how about I make some tea as well? I could only imagine the if that happens, I'm deleting this video. I swear to God, if one of them says I'm deleting the video right then and there. I'm just gonna fucking stop. I'll upload the video and just say fuck this. I'm not making a series on this. God damn it, Markiplier. As I already mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Why don't I get to choose in this? Go next to Monika, man. I go for Monika. Save. Okay, we'll... Oh, okay, I guess, save. Okay. Stop it. Okay, I'll take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you're so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know... Just hurry and take one. Okay, she's definitely modeled to look like a cat. Look at her tooth. Oh my god, that just makes too much sense. That makes too much sense. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, Monika, and then follow. Oh, it's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Cupcake around. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. She's waiting for me to take a bite. Finally, bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't I heard this somewhere before? It's not like I like you. Not like I made them for you or anything. Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you know, dummy. God damn it. I hate this already. I really fucking hate this. Holy shit. Ah. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. You know, I feel like this isn't proper enough. Like, I feel like I should be like all sunglassed up and everything like that. I'm pulling the Riz card as a virgin 18-year-old boy. Oh god. I don't get it. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gives us permission. After all, it doesn't take a hot cup of tea to help you. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. It's fine. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could possibly be a board member, or... You could possibly be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know... To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in your club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals so much more important. I'm confident that we can already grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I could keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Ginger, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. mutter to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? Spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Let's see. Traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity, craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems very reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Yeah, like this game. I can imagine, like this game. Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a good horror book once. Desperately grasped them accurately at a minimum level. This rate, Yuri might as well have having conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you can say that. But if a story makes me think or it takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes darted over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's alright, That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club's meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Hey, give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems... Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sidles up behind... Oh, I have no idea what that word is. Sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands behind her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. Yell in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. What? Natsuki and Yuri looks quizzically at Monika. Let's go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus now we have a new member. I think it'll help us all of us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the book club. Or of the club. Isn't that right, Ginger? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. What is that? Now we're back to the original topic of me joining the club. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Ginger. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. If writing poems is a price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes lit up. Yes, I'm so happy! Tori wraps her arm around me, jumping up and down. Hey, really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Hey, no swearing. Then it makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Ginger, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress a class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Ginger, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Saori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, two of us depart from the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen with whoever likes the poem the most. Oh god. Okay, so I know she's gonna like tragedy. She's gonna like, you know, a lollipop. I don't know. She's gonna like dance. I guess I'll go purple hair. So tragedy. Crimson. No. Tragedy, desire, calm insight, disoriented. Oh, I don't know. Empty. Determination? Maybe? Raindrops. Fear. Oh no. Uncontrollable. A tone. Broken. I don't know. Intellectual, tenacious, ocean, fickle, anger, nibble, vibrant. Uncontrollable wrath. Lust and shame. Kiss. Oh god, and that made her happy. And secretive memories and I don't know, depression. Why did she jump at depression? She's so secretly depressed? Oh god. Oh no, is that so the things that makes them jump? Oh, that's wild. Unstable. Oh, she's unstable. Passion. Just random words. We're just throwing out a bunch of fucking words. We'll see what sticks. Hi again, Ginger. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Ginger. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't even know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom, in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Ginger always gives his best at as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so... Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. It's so... Is that so? You are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Ginger can become good friends too? Sayori. As usually, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like it was a big deal when it's really not. I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Here. Reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at this time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. Catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her feel uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it, not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have two copies of the same book? Oh, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What is it about anyways? Well, closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol in the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, so her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of, that's dark. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came in from nowhere. Haha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Ginger? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yuri's into those things. She's so reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's that... just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be a naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just moments ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? Slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. She's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you're really apologizing a lot. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Oh, so we're teasing her. No, we're teasing her. Yes, we're teasing her. I could see where this is going to go bad. I can really do see where this is going to go bad. Oh, okay, maybe if I start talking to another girl. If I start talking to another girl, I bet she's going to get jealous and then she's going to accidentally murder them. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's right up against Yuri's, and I hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. You know, it almost feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Well, I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book in between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? Turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Glance over to Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. Continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue this first chapter in silence, even turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it. Thumb. Oh, hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but main characters kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of the way, or they're reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. You remain silent for a moment, but Ginger, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying? What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri excels, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, well, I guess I'll do more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I didn't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It would be fun to read it with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and slip it in my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, now that everyone is ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poem. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook, and I already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I trust her opinion, to be fair. ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth and then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? That's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. Traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical for new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable things I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic's matter, and they form-fit the two together. And the end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghosts under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The cast yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. ... I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But you took a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. Usually I write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something more easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, this story isn't about a ghost at all, Ginger. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, it's because it's supposed to be her. It's supposed to be her. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work, and they usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her past, her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. I think I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Ginger. Me too. Oh my god. Well, if she's gonna be judgmental, I'm gonna talk to Natsuki. Natsuki, ... Ginger, you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. Do you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. This is painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyways, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. What kind of poem is that? Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Writing styles wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what I meant. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. Decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? Monica. The president. Hi, Ginger. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, do you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better? I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring them up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Haha. Don't worry, Ginger. We're all made a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's the sort of the barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Ginger. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it's always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to receive or derive their own meanings out of it. It's really challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in a wall. I don't like this already. Hole in a wall. Hole in a wall, you guys. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction a spackle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's talking about a creep. That's talking about a creep looking into a room. Yo, that's nuts. So, what do you think? It's very freeform if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that's kind of my style has gotten pretty popular. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting an emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Epiphany? Yes, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Anyways, another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. She definitely has a creep that's looking in her room by that. That's exactly what it sounds like. Oh my god, that's awful. Oh, that's awful. Okay, yeah, Sayori. Hi, Sayori. This is a good poem, Ginger. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his... Am I the kind of guy that would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in a club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Ginger. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees a full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's a part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away the raining day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Okay. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit with a yes to a yes or no question. That's good. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it like it was a bad poem. It just came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I look forward to it. Phew. Guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone judging me for my own mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each other's expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsumi dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked for someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it and Ginger did too, and based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciated the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my own writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Ginger liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Ginger appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And do you know he didn't appreciate my advice? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? But you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Ginger started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Oh my god. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Ginger! She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making all your poems convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out to the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Ginger. Wait, there's a reason why we have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Ginger? Well... How do I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be... That's funny. That's funny how she's like, well, my boobs didn't magically grow a size larger the second Ginger starts showing up. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna say Yuri. Yuri? I don't like either of these. I don't like either of these, any of these options. Yuri. Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait, that's not an excuse. It's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand, Yuri. Huh? You're seriously a talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt really threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, feeling defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my mind. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. Don't spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it into the trash. Natsuki. She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands and stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Chincher, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. About the one thing Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, huh? What thing did Natsuki say? She's blocking now. That's wild. That's fucking wild. Well, never mind to that. I'm going to make some tea. Not a good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. That's about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Ginger, how about you? Yeah, I'd say about the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those who I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Ginger, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori. But what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. You know, Ginger, it's nice I get to spend time with you in this club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, you just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. So, we're gonna leave this for the next episode if I decide to do another episode on this. Probably not. I don't know. This game is kind of uncomfortable to me in a sense, because I mean, even though they're all 18, you can kind of tell that they're all young. Okay? It doesn't make any sense. It claims that they're all 18, but they're not 18. This is high school. It's clearly high school, and what's her face? Natsuki is like the youngest one out of them all. Probably a second year, first year, second year. Oh god, that's wild. Okay, well, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy this video, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you did not like this video, go ahead, hit that dislike button. I do invite you to check out the rest of my videos, like this video right here. It is recommended to you directly by YouTube. Beyond that, this is my channel icon. I'll show you everything on my channel. So without further ado, I will see y'all in the next episode.